Hello everybody. Today we're going to be making these Oh Starry Night earrings. There's that one. And that one. And what we're going to need is some 11-0 seed beads. I've got matte black and Toho. 4mm. I got some 4mm fire polish to make the dangles. I got some 2.5mm pearls. You can use 3mm, anything small to go in the center of your star. And then I've got some 3mm chain, and I've got 14 links. I got 7 links, and I've got 3 links. And I've got 2, I think they're 5 or 6mm jump rings, and some 1-inch head pins. And I'm using a size 10 beading needle and about an arm span and a half of fire line with a 7/8 inch tail. Is that we're going to use this to sew our stars to the links, the end of the chain, one end of the chain. The other end's going to go onto the jump ring, onto the ear wire. Okay, get your materials together, come back and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to pick up 10 of your 11-0 seed beads. It's kind of hard to work on this board when I'm working close to the edge. Alright, we've got our 10 seed beads. We're going to bring those down to the stop bead. And then we're going to go back through, starting closest to the stop bead. You know, just come through a couple and bring them around into a circle. And then we're going to go through all the beads, reinforcing. We're still going around. Let's go past that stop bead a few. And then what we're going to do is peyote one round. So pick up 1 11-0. You're coming out of one bead, skip a bead, and jump up into that next seed bead. Why can't I get through it already? There we go. Begin putting our points on. Pick up 1. We're coming out of one seed bead, skip a seed bead, and go through that next 11-0 seed bead. Pick up another, skip 1, go through the next. Pick up an 11-0, skip a seed bead, and go up through that next seed bead. Hold your tail thread out of the way, pull your stop bead down, pick up a seed bead, skip 1, go through the next seed bead. All right, and then go directly up into, jump up, we're stepping up into that first seed bead we added to the ring. One of the points, it's the point that's directly above where you ended, and that's what we have. We already have the makings of a little star. But now we're going to pick up 3 seed beads. And we're going to go through the next point that we just added. And it don't look like a point yet, but it will. Pick up 3 more. And go through the next point. Pick up 3 more seed beads. Go through the next point. Move your tail thread out of the way. Pick up 3 more seed beads. Go through the next point. And this last one might be a bit tricky because you can't see the point as well. Pick up 3 seed beads. And here's the 3 we added in between the points. And here's the point. That's the one we want to go through first. It's that very first bead up there. Right there. Make sure your beads don't get kinked up. And we have this. Now we're going to go up through the next bead. We're going to skip that center bead of the 3 we just added and go down through the next 2. And when you pull, it should pull that into a sharper point. Okay? Go up through one more. Skip the next one, the one in the center of the 3, and go down through the next 2 seed beads and pull those together. And that should force that one bead. If it doesn't, you'll have to work with it. It should out to a point. Okay, go up through one more. Skip one, and go down through 2. And pull that into a point. See what I'm doing? I'm putting my needle through, pulling down. That helps sometimes. Go up through 1. Skip that middle bead of 3. Come down 2. Come up through one more. Skip that middle bead. Come down through 2 beads. pull. And there we go. There's our star. But we've got to work ourselves to the middle to add the middle bead. So I'm coming out right here. Okay, I'm just going to jump over and down. Go over, straight across where your beads can, the string can go down in between your beads without crossing any other beads. And then we're going to work our way down one more. We're on the, not the tips of the stars, but on the side, in the center. Okay. And then we're going to pick up our, well, in my case, 2.5 millimeter pearl. 3 millimeters work, and 2x3 roundels work great. All right. So we're coming out of here. We're going to come over, across, and I'm going up instead of down through that bead to kind of get it right in the center of that star. There we go. And pull. And puts it right in the center. Now we got to work our way that, well, it's not a whole lot of working, but let's go back across. Okay, my thread's coming out this bead. I'm going to go across and jump through. I'm going to just, if you don't know, just pull your thread out and see what would be a good place to jump over to the next row. So we'll jump there. And we're going to tie a couple half-hitch knots. Don't need too many because there really won't be wear and tear, like pulling on it like a bracelet. It's just, okay, and then we're going to come back through that bead. And grab a thread bridge. And needle through the loop. And pull that loop down in between two beads. And then go through the next bead. And I'm going to just go through that tip bead so I can cut off my thread. And let me find my scissors. I'm going to just cut off that, oops, my scissors are getting dull. Cut off that thread. And then I'm going to take a lighter and burn it down. And there's one of your stars. Now you're going to need 3 stars for each earring. So I've already made my other stars here. And you could even make a matching necklace. That'd be pretty. Just set it like these on a jump ring, and then put a chain through the jump ring. But here we go. There's my 3 stars. So get to this point and come back. You'll have to put a needle on your on one of your tail threads. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll be right back. Now you might have enough thread left to make another star. You got quite a bit. Either that or don't use that as much thread as I did. I'm bad judging the thread length. Okay. In the materials list, I forgot to tell you, of course, you're going to need ear wires. But I've got my thread, my tail thread, on my needle. And let's work our way to one of the points. It should look the same every way you turn it, so it doesn't matter which point you're going to be coming through. See, like that. And then you're going to take one of your pieces of chain. I thought about putting a wire guardian on here, but everything's so small, I just decided not to. So what you're going to do is I'm coming out of this, the left side of the tip of my star. So I'm going to go through my chain, and then I'm going to go on the opposite side of that bead that I was coming out of to begin with. Opposite side, needle through. Oops, I got a bead. And pull down. And then make sure the chain's, right next to the earring, pulled pretty tight, but not real tight. And then go through the hole of the chain again, same hole. We're working out of that same chain link. And pull. Make sure it's tight, and go through that hole again. That bead again on the opposite side. Just keep doing that to reinforce. Come through the chain and then through the bead. We want these to be strong, we don't want them to break easy. Flipped over on me. Okay, back through that loop. And back through that bead. That's on my fingernail. There you go. And let's do it one more time. Back through the loop. Because, if your chain link's open, it might have the slightest little crack. Also, was another reason to put more thread through. And the more thread you put through there, the least likely it will be to slip off, because it'll be thick. It'll be thick. So when you're done, let's tie half-hitch knots. The only thing, well, the hardest part about this whole project is to keep putting your thread on your needle. The tail threads back, needle, put your thread on your needle. This is a simple project, but adorable. They're adorable. Do you need gifts for people for Christmas? This would be a great idea. And you could even go off of this, like I said, make a necklace, a matching necklace, simple. A chain needs to come back through. Sorry, I got my chain caught up in it. Ouch. Okay. And we'll tie one more half-hitch knot. And come through that tip. Okay, there's the first one. We'll we'll cut that off. And then we will just go ahead and sew on your next two stars. And then we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, I've got my 3 stars on my chain. And I got my I'm going to take my jump ring and open it. And then I'm going to add, I think it's the biggest one on first. It don't matter which side because my center bead's in the very center on both sides, showing through on both sides, so it doesn't really matter what side of the star shows. So we're going to put that first jump ring on, or chain on the jump ring. I'll put the second chain on the jump ring, and then the third. Just see, like that. Oops. And while we have the jump ring open, let me grab a hold of it with the other plier. While we have the jump ring open, we may as well put our ear wire on. So add that. And then we can close our jump ring. Oops. Yeah, it clicked. And there's our earring. Almost. We could leave it like that, or we can take our head pin, put on whatever beads you want to dangle, and make it extra pretty. So I'll take my plier, and I'm not going to make this a wrap loop, so I'm just going to get it pretty close to the bead itself before I bend it over. And then I'm going to take my round nose plier and put it right in that bend. Sorry about my phone. I've got to turn off the notifications. I turn down the ring volume, and then we're going to just bring this wire back around our plier. And now and then we're just going to rotate our plier. Now that we have that, then we're going to bring that wire around the bottom of the plier and up. Make sure your loop is centered. Okay. And then we're going to take our clippers, our flush cutters, and cut off the extra. And I might need to scrunch it down a little bit. Okay. I think I'm going to make one more. If you want a smaller loop, go down towards the tip of the plier. bend it around. I rotate my pliers and then finish bringing it around. Clip off the excess, like as close up as you can get. And you might have to push down. So there's my 2 dangles. And now I'm just going to open one up, add it to the chain wherever you want it. I add it to the long chain. I add them to the long chain right around the top. Then I close it. Make sure it's flush and together. And we'll add the next one. If I can get it open, if I can get a hold of it. What the heck? Maybe it won't go that way. Let's try open it that way. There we go. And we'll put this one you just want to look at your earring and see where it would look good. I think it would look good about it's not in the loop right, I don't think. It's like around the necklace or chain. So let's see. This chain's so small. There we go. Well, shoot. I'm making this look too easy, aren't I? There we go. You just want to close it. And there's our earring. Very, very cute. Very cute earrings. I like them. Alright, everybody. I hope you make you or friends some Starry Night earrings. Thanks for watching, and keep your eye out for a new tutorial.